Welcome to this special edition of Hannity, the Trump Agenda. I'm Jason Chaffetz in tonight for Sean. Over 18 months ago, on January 20th, 2017, Donald Trump was sworn into office as the 45th president of the United States. And from day one, he hit the ground running. And now we're seeing the impact of the Trump agenda. Lower regulations, lower taxes, new diplomatic efforts abroad. And now President Trump will have the opportunity to nominate a second judge to the U.S. Supreme Court. A task this president does not take lightly. Take a look.
As you know, there's now a vacancy on the Supreme Court. And if you turn in Monday at 9 o'clock, I think you're going to be extremely happy with the selection, right? And they're all great. They're all great. And I want to thank Justice Kennedy for his lifetime of truly distinguished service. And he had confidence in me. He left because he said, you're going to pick somebody great. And so nice. So nice. Great man, a great gentleman.
Joining us now with analysis of the president's upcoming decision is constitutional law professor at George Washington University, Jonathan Turley. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us. This is for conservatives, for Republicans. It's an amazing opportunity in the first 2 years of Donald Trump's presidency to have a second pick. And conservatives always want to have a conservative on the court. But what is it, do you think, that they really mean when we say we want a conservative on the court?
Well, I think that what President Trump has said is that he wants to get another nominee in the same mold as Neil Gorsuch. You know, I testified in favor of Neil Gorsuch in the Senate Judiciary Committee because I considered him an intellect of the first order. I thought that President Trump did indeed find someone who legitimately could go to that court and contribute in a major way. It's going to be hard to follow that home run, quite frankly, but I think that is what really prompted Justice Kennedy to retire. I think that there was a certain comfort factor in the selection of Neil Gorsuch. And I think that Kennedy wanted to spend a year or so with his former clerk on the court, but it's now time to leave, and I think he's comfortable doing that.
Now, with this pick that's coming up, the Democrats have already signaled that no matter who it is, they're going to go off the rails. Is there anything that the Democrats can actually do to derail a nominee if the Republicans all line up behind this person?
Well, Jason, as you know, what we're about to see is a time-honored performance of kabuki that occurs on Capitol Hill with every confirmation hearing. Roe v. Wade will once again loom greatly over the hearings. Nominees are likely to refuse to answer questions about Roe v. Wade. They will cite, ironically, a rule created by the Democrats called the Ginsburg Rule. And that rule was stated by Joe Biden when he was chairman. And he said that the nominee, in that case Ginsburg, would not be required to give her answer to how she would rule on an issue that might come before her. Well, since this is a discretionary court, most anything could come before her. And so the Ginsburg rule has been used since then, and it's going to be used again. So we're going to see what will happen. The worst argument that I've seen put forward was advanced by a couple of senators and even a couple of academics who said that because of the Mueller investigation, it's simply improper for the president to nominate anyone. That argument, I think, is historically and constitutionally unfounded. There is no support for that. President Trump has every right to make this nomination.
Now, when Amy Barrett came up before the Judiciary Committee there in the Senate previously, they started to touch upon some of the religious aspects. Is there a religious litmus test that they'll try to put in front of this nominee?